You need to be mindful and ask yourself whenever you're about to do something, will this actually increase my power? That means, will I unlock a wider variety of actions if I do this? Unless other people value your authenticity and complete honest criticism, then that is going to make you a lot of enemies. Ever since I can remember, I was a very conforming, even maybe submissive person, which can come as a shock to everybody who knows me in real life, right? That's because I was more of an observer, a bit of a student, right? I would never question authority because I believed them to be wiser than me, because they were the ones teaching me. Students, parents, everyone. The adult figure would basically be a figure of authority to me. Even other people, because subconsciously I believed, they know things that I don't know, which was a rare reason to form this mindset of just knowing my own place. What I omitted in that when I was younger is that other people would not always have my best interest in mind. So I never knew how to defend myself. I never knew how to defend myself even verbally. And conflicts, it's just in school with my peers, right? And since conflict was inevitable because everybody eventually has a problem to someone else, right? Everybody has struggles, or maybe even like some jokes that would be inoffensive to other people. I did not know how to respond to them. Whenever somebody would criticize me, I basically didn't know what to do. It made me develop unhealthy coping mechanisms, which luckily I got rid of. But I would blame myself and attack myself emotionally for just finding myself in an inevitable place of conflict. Now, what this taught me, what my introspection taught me, if you want to learn more about introspection, you can check out the video I've made about it. It's one of the most important skills in life. But what I deduced out of that is that power is a necessity in a man's life. Being assertive is absolutely crucial to survive and thrive in this world. Otherwise, you're just used by somebody else. Power doesn't certainly need to be physical, and I will explain to you what power means, what I refer to as power. Let me give you an example of what power can be. Power as in interpersonal relations. For example, social, in your peers, in your group, right? Power is basically how much other people depend on you. Think about it. If other people depend on you, they're not going to attack you. They're not going to be to criticize you. Even on the contrary, they will support you. They will actually try to be nice to you, win you over, win your favor, right? In my school, I was always good at IT. Since it was my hobby, I would just like to make video games on my computer, right? Just make them, that was my hobby. I always liked software development. And my teacher, my IT teacher, was absolute garbage. She wouldn't teach us anything. She would basically demand everything from us without actually giving us the tools necessary to solve the problems that she gave us. So since I would just get these tools for fun, because it was entertaining to me, I always liked to make software. I always liked to program. I was basically watching YouTube videos on it. I wanted to make my own games and such. I was always really good at it. And when exams were coming, other people started panicking. My classmates, they started panicking, and they actually needed my help to solve homeworks, to study for tests and everything. They would come to me with questions, with problems, and I would help them. And this was the first time I felt power and respect in my life. This taught me that you need to be needed. This taught me that you need to have unique skills which other people need from you, and you can help them. This taught me that you must find yourself or create such a space where people depend on you. So since we're going to be developing your power, let's properly define it. Let's say that power is the ability to perform actions of typically greater scarcity. And what I mean by that, think about it in a way that the greater the power, the greater selection of things, the greater selection of actions that you can perform are. And the greater the power, the more rare the actions are to perform by other people. For example, IT skills, as I mentioned earlier. If your IT skills are very good, you can do things that other people are unable to do because they lack the same power, right? If you're strong, if you're good at fighting. You can, for example, defend yourself from a greater amount of people than other people who are not as good at fighting as you. If you're stronger, you can lift more than other people. So it's a rare skill. The more you can lift, the more power you have, essentially. This is the most general definition of power that can fit into every single aspect of life. So we're going to be developing your power whenever you're about to do literally anything in your life. And this will help you beat bad habits. This will help you navigate through life in a good and introspective way. You need to be mindful and ask yourself whenever you're about to do something, will this actually increase my power? That means, will I unlock a wider variety of actions if I do this? By that I mean, if I go to the gym today and tomorrow and after tomorrow, will I be able to do things that I wouldn't be able to do otherwise, like lifting more weights or, for example, punch harder? Yes, therefore I should do it. If I study, will I have more knowledge, which will allow me to solve more problems and, for example, have other people depend on me? Yes, then therefore you should do it. Is watching this TV show going to increase my power? Is it going to allow me to do things which are rare and I wouldn't be able to do without it, which other people wouldn't be able to do? Not really. What abilities do you gain after watching this show? Nothing really. If I watch If I watch reels for 15 minutes, will I be able to do things that I wouldn't be able to do before? Will I be able to do things which other people cannot do? No. So you see. And the important thing is now to be mindful enough to ask yourself these questions. Mindful meaning not be distracted and have the ability to think consciously on demand. If you're not mindful, you're in your automatic mode, right? If you're not mindful, your body does things automatically goes to school or work. If you're not mindful, your body automatically grabs your phone. Notice how whenever you grab your phone, a lot of the times you don't make the conscious decision. You're bored, that's an impulse for your hand to grab your phone. You don't think, I should watch this. You don't make this decision consciously. Your hand automatically pulls up your phone and opens the thing, the app you like to browse through and browse it. Isn't that creepy? Like, you think you have free will, right? A lot of the time you don't even use it. A lot of the time you're not mindful enough to consciously make decisions, to use the fact that you can choose to grab your phone or choose the fact that you do not have to grab your phone. You have free will. Isn't that insane? A lot of people just ignore that fact. For example, if I'm thirsty, I can grab this bottle and drink, right? But I don't have to. I can force myself to not drink for a day. I could. Every single time I grab this water bottle, I can make this conscious decision of drinking or not to drink. Of course, I'm gonna drink because I'm thirsty, right? But if I wanted to practice willpower, I could just not, right? Which would, in a way, increase my power level because health. But you get the idea, right? You can abstain yourself from doing certain things to train willpower to be more mindful, which would increase your power level. That's very interesting, isn't it? For example, abstaining from dopamine and pleasurable things train your dopamine so you can do things which other people are unable to do, such as study longer or work longer because you have more time which you do not spend on entertainment. That increases your power level. Meditation is the practice of sitting and trying to not think of anything. You can do it by closing your eyes and focusing on not thinking nothing, and then when the next thought arises, you try to focus back on thinking nothing. Alternatively, you can just look at a thing like this water bottle and just look at it and try to completely focus on it, and whenever you get a thought, you focus back on the water bottle, right? It's the practice of focusing, and that trains your mindfulness, that trains your consciousness, your ability to consciously make decisions. That also increases your power level and further adds to your ability to train your power level, because the more conscious decisions you can make, the more decisions you can make that increase your power level. Now, let's say you've been on this road to maximize your power for some time, right? Let's say you're jacked. Let's say your ability to focus is through the roof. You gain social skills, you gain charisma because you can keep a conversation going. You know so many topics, you know so many things about many different things. You are confident because you know your strengths, right? And people do not criticize you, do not insult you because they respect you, because you're powerful. Now, do not make a mistake of overusing your power and now flexing it to everybody, showing it how you're better than everybody else. Now, why I'm saying that, of course, it would feel good. It would fill your ego, which has its own benefits like more confidence, and that leads to testosterone. But it can make you very, let's just say, if you do it in the wrong way, you can make enemies. And even the most powerful people cannot do anything if they do not have strong allies, stronger than their enemies, right? Polarizing personality is a really good thing, like honesty. Like, I did more work than you, therefore I'm more powerful than you. I said, because I've been consistently doing more work than you are. Telling someone that I'm more powerful because I can make more money than you right at this very moment, because I'm physically more capable than you. Some people keep it in mind that this is not something you say in every conversation. Like, of course it makes sense, but some people just like me to explain certain things completely autistically to them, that unless other people value your authenticity and complete honest criticism, then that is going to make you a lot of enemies. If you have any questions, you can write them down in the comments. Wouldn't that be crazy if every single person who watched my videos wrote a comment? I think that would be really cool. Subscribe to the channel for more motivation and advice.